The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
Disgusting. They smell. They're sticky. They say things that are horrible.
98
Big Rob is here. Big Rob Rodriguez. He's got a show on Sunday over at Stand Up Live, and you're doing a special. Let's just get this out of the way first. You're doing a special on Sunday. Where you want people to fill this thing up so you can. Is it sold? Is it Netflix? Is it Amazon? What are we doing?
Okay, so
Get right up on that mic. Come on now.
Right on the mic.
Act like you've been here before.
Yeah. I don't know what this is. A mic. I don't put things close to my mouth like that.
No, not that other men have used.
Yeah.
You like it pristine.
Not without $20. But anyway, I got an opportunity. The new thing in comedy is producing your own specials,
Right.
and then the networks kind of bid for the special. So right now we went and sat with Amazon and Netflix. They like that because they don't put the money in.
Right.
So if but you can negotiate a
You
better
put it
contract.
together for them.
Yeah, and if it stinks, they don't buy it.
If
so
it
they're not,
stinks, they don't buy it.
Right.
You'll see it on YouTube. So we'll be back here in about 6
I'm
months.
not talking about your YouTube
Talking
special.
about my YouTube channel. If they buy it, then you'll see it on,
we'll never have you again.
You'll have me again, but I won't sit in the lobby for 10 minutes waiting for Toledo, like I know Toledo to come get me.
Yeah,
Toledo's coming to get you. Okay, I'm sitting there going through Halloween candy with the reception.
Nothing but Starburst.
I can see where the level of my comedy is made.
Yeah, you don't even have somebody like driving you down. You do this all yourself.
Yeah, but I'm a Spanish guy with good credit. I pay.
That's the funniest joke you've said.
Yeah, no, I got auto pay.
What?
Yeah, my Walmart prepaid card, it just auto fills.
That's
right on there.
amazing. That's like that's the platinum, right? The black Walmart.
That's the black Walmart. Can we say black?
I don't think you can say black Walmart. Black Walmart right now. So that's the one I've never been to, but I know where it is.
Listen, Walmart. I live in the hood. So I live in the hood. I'm in the. People say, "Oh, you live on the south side." I'm in the hood of Gilbert, Arizona.
Oh yeah, you're in the darkness. Yeah.
I don't get down there too much.
Yeah, that's the home of the original Karen.
Yeah, it is.
You want to know?
Yeah.
Because everybody in Gilbert has the Ring. So if you have a subscription, so my phone goes off all day. Like there's a suspicious car passing by.
It's you.
So I type back, maybe he's lost. Anybody know whose cat this is? The
neighborhood watch.
That's my hood. Yes, that's our neighborhood.
In my neighborhood, we had that happen once, where two Native American kids were walking through the area, and on the neighborhood watch thing, I don't recognize. They're taking pictures of them. I don't recognize these two. Well, the same lady that did it had just bitched earlier that coyotes were in the area and that we need to leave them alone because they were here first. So I fired back. I'm like, those Indian kids were here before us, and unless they start eating our cats, they can walk our neighborhood and stuff.
Wow,
she was so mad.
No, and they've actually blocked me from Ring for some of my answers. So you have to be, like I'm a felon. I'm a 3-time felon, Facebook felon.
Oh, you've been kicked
There's
off.
nothing worse than being blocked. Like Facebook makes me want to kick a puppy. Because you can't do anything about it. They'll block you for really saying words that
you wouldn't think you would get blocked.
Anything close, yeah. And if it interprets a certain way, so I'm like, and you can't do anything. Who are you going to complain to? Yeah. So all you can do is watch everybody else's dumb post and not respond, Now,
I think the thing for you that's worse than the Facebook getting kicked off is what I'm about to bring up. Now, people don't know this, but
wait. Let's talk about the special first. So
finish that.
Away. So what
before
I did was,
talk about you murdering someone.
Yeah, I have
because that's coming.
I have a production team. So what I did was we went and sat down with Amazon. So I opened for a lot of big comics around the country.
Right.
I've been on tour with Faison Love for the last 4 years.
Nice.
Lunel, Bill Bellamy, a lot of urban comics, but I've been doing it 15, 16 years. Russell Peters I've opened for. So what I did was, out of advice from all these guys, was I went and we put invested in our own special.
Right.
It's kind of Chris Rock style. Chris Rock did it a different way, but I'm filming 3 nights in Arizona, and each night is being produced as its own special, and then it'll be edited together.
Yeah.
Because it's called a documentary, because
Nice.
it's showing what a comedian, a real comedian, not the guys that make the millions and Dave
Right.
Chappelle that can talk, just talk for 60 minutes, and,
Right.
and it's brilliant because it's all it is.
Because it's Dave.
Because it's Dave.
Right.
So we're doing Tucson. We're doing Tucson on Friday night.
In English?
In English at a dive bar by U of A.
See, I didn't think you're not going to have a crowd there in Tucson if it's in English.
It's
You're going to get canceled.
Here, yeah.
Oh, you guys are, you can't encourage me with this. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm baiting you.
You're baiting me here. I can't get canceled before the special comes out.
Sure you
right?
can.
You know?
Nobody's bought it yet. There's no money
Listen,
on this yet. It's your money. You can
Yeah.
say whatever you want. What, are you going to fire yourself from
I
your own
know,
special?
but so much work to put it on YouTube.
That is
And it
true. There's a lot of
yeah.
downloading and problems. Yeah, that's true.
And then Saturday night we're doing it at Harris Auction.
Oh, okay, cool. In
so-
Maricopa.
In Maricopa, and these are all cities that I started comedy when I lived.
That's
in
where
Arizona.
Chappelle did it.
Yeah.
Chappelle did his show. I
Yeah.
I couldn't open for him, but I did meet Chappelle. We went to.
Yeah, we did.
We were down there too.
John didn't remember me. Because
I didn't because you know why? Because I was drunk.
He remembered the chief.
No.
I was drunk. I remember the chief because he told
But you
the
can't call him the chief. It's
Terribly-
the chairman. It's
Okay,
the
whatever.
Chairman.
I
I'm
call him
sorry.
the chief. The story with that was
Yeah.
the first time I did a show, they're like, "You're going to see the chief. You're going to see the chief." So me being a little bit, my ignorance, I'm thinking I'm looking for a 6'4" guy.
right the
The
chief.
chief has a 13-pack. You know what I mean? The chief. This guy came in with designer. Is Bob Miguel, great guy for the Auction Tribe. Came in with designer jeans,
Yeah.
a polo shirt. He's 5'4", 140 pounds, and I'm like, "You're the
chief.
You'll
And
tell
then he
some
told
hilarious
the most
story.
inappropriate joke I've ever heard in my life, and we all laughed and went,
Oh, it was great.
Wow, it's good to be the chief."
Yeah. That's what I tell him. I'm like, how can you say that? Because I would go there, and like the first time I went there, it's the Auction.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my first joke there, don't get upset, natives, if you're on here, but I said it should be the double chin, because I never saw a native with one chin. It should be the chin.
Eating's good.
So I said, hey. So anyway, so we're doing that Saturday, and then we're doing at the Premier Club. It's actually one of the best clubs I've ever performed in, and I've done all the clubs in the country.
Yeah.
It's Stand Up Live Phoenix on Sunday night,
Yeah.
7 p.m., and each show is being done. I brought in some headliners that are also road comics
Yeah.
and headliners to open for me, and then I will headline the show. And each one of these shows will be edited to one show.
Into a great big
to
special.
one big
And what is the timeline? When do you want this to happen?
So we're looking at start editing it probably the end of December, because there's some post-filming that we do.
Right.
Because we have some special guests that I will meet with, because I go on the road and they give us some advice.
Right.
So we're looking at it. We're looking at the release February, March. Because
wow, that's quick.
I'm also shooting it's kind of a prelude to a sitcom
Okay.
that we've put together, and I'm the star. It's kind of like a modern day Archie Bunker.
Okay.
Because I remember with me, I have auto pay on everything but my mortgage, and I am a Hispanic with a 700 credit score, so that's even.
That's just unbelievable.
So,
I'm
I
not
mean,
sure
those
if I
words,
would say
yeah,
that.
those words don't even match together.
can I say this word? I am also a conservative. I'm a Republican.
Are you really? You're a Republican,
Yeah.
Mexican guy,
Not
Hispanic.
Me-
what are
okay,
you? I don't
okay,
know.
Hold on. So
Hispanic.
it's not Mexican.
I
Let
threw
me
Mexican
explain.
in there.
You know why? Because that's what got me into comedy. I moved here from the East Coast, and everybody said, "Hey, you're Mexican. You're
Yeah.
Mexican." My first joke is, "I'm not Mexican." In the back of my shirt, it says, "Yes, I'm sure." Because white guys have a problem understanding. If you ask me, I'm Mexican, and I tell you I'm not, and you're like, "Are you sure?"
Dominican, Puerto Rican. What are you?
Puerto Rican.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're
Puerto Rican. That's like a Mexican from the East Coast.
Yeah.
That's all it turns out
Yeah.
to for simplicity.
Yeah, that's a
Purposes.
Mexican with faster knife hands.
That's a
Good
Mexican.
blade work.
That's a Puerto Rican that's kind of like light-skinned black guys. We haven't
Yeah.
been in since the 80s, you know.
So where are you from in New York?
I grew up in, I like to say I was born in the Bronx, but I grew up in Long Island. It's
you're
kind of
Long
like
Island,
the
okay.
Gilbert of...
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, it's not like
I can't.
Washington Heights.
Yeah,
Have you
I
seen
was in that movie.
In the Heights? It's
you know,
beautiful.
it was beautiful, but it's like, okay, they're gonna sing again.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. And it was beautiful. It was
Did you
wonderful.
cry?
What's
I
beautiful
did.
is
I
the
wept.
women. The women
They're gorgeous.
the
It's hard
gorgeous-
not to root for them.
And that's part of what I'm about now. It's like I'm over 50, so testosterone has left my building, so
Yeah.
I get very sensitive of things. You know, like there's certain episodes of Law and Order
Is
because
that
we all
what it
watch
is?
Law and Order. Every time Olivia finds that little Colombian girl, and the little girl's like, Olivia, I'm crying. I've seen that 128 times. You know, so
No, let's talk about something because I took your place at the H&H Ranch. Doug Hopkins' apartment was your half is now my half.
Is your half.
You bailed out.
I bet we had the apartment for business purposes. I was too old to have it for like side chicks and things like that.
Right.
You know, it wasn't. So what it was is Doug's like, anytime you want to bring someone down. and-
Yeah.
So he goes, so, you know, this is, if you contribute, you know, whatever, pay them.
Customers, clients.
Clients and everything, because we
Sure.
have floor seats for the son. So then, he says, oh, you know, Doug always has a deal in there, you know.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
he's
pay half the cable.
Yeah.
No, he said, pay the cable. You know, like furniture, put the furniture
Yeah.
in there, pay the cable. So I'm like, okay, I'll pay the cable.
Sure.
You know, cable's kind of like a gallon of milk now. Back then it was
Yeah.
$1, and now it's, you know, so the cable bill. So now I haven't been at that place for over 2 years, but I would still pay the cable.
But the cable
In 2
bills are.
years. No kidding?
It's been 2 years.
Because I've only been in there since like June.
Yeah, so it's 2 years because I just never went, and it
Yeah.
was just like, so what it was is like there was like 5 months left on the lease.
Yeah.
And I told him I'm not going to renew. And I'm like, it was a bad time. I'm like, I'm not paying you rent either. You know, I'm like, I'm
Right,
not going
I'm
to
out.
be there. I'm out.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, so just pay, keep paying the cable bill.
Right.
So, yeah, of
And you're
course,
still paying it.
because I'm a Hispanic with good credit.
You can't let that
An
go.
auto pay.
Yeah, and it's auto
I'm
pay.
freaking auto pay.
Yeah, and so for the last 4 or 5 months, 6 months now, I've been in there. We've been trying to arrange a cable thing, and you don't know the cable company's number, and you can't get
What
me
are
in
the
on it.
adult charges?
Yeah.
I mean, the
It's
extra
hard. I'll tell you
premium
that.
charge.
I have a different question because I use it just for drunk sleep-offs, right? So I'll go to the games. We drink a little too much. I don't want to deal with the traffic. It's right there. I wake up at 4. Sometimes the TNT night games end at 11 o'clock. I don't want to, so I go and drunk sleep-off. So the first thing they told me is like, Big Rob used to have this room. We don't know what happened in there. I'm like, what? And he goes, but if you wash the sheets, and this is true, Brady, if you wash the sheets, you're going to take them off. The mattress is covered in blood.
I don't think it's blood, it's a drink. So Doug,
That is not a drink.
Listen, that
and it's
ain't
on the
blood.
pillows.
It was
is
sangria.
blood.
I told you this. I've never slept. I never slept in the bed.
No, you were too busy trying to get dead bodies out of it. This thing, I'm not kidding. This is a blood stain.
Someone else did.
This is
So
a
he
blood
said,
stain.
they're like, I'm like, what are you talking about? But then what would happen is Doug would like, hey, can you send somebody to the apartment to clean it? Why? You know, Doug has a couple of friends that have,
Right.
you know, so he's like, yeah, so-and-so was there, and they had 6 chicks, and I'm like, well,
This is not happening
I'm
anymore.
like,
Good
why
Lord.
did you not call me?
Yeah.
I got a key fob.
I can get in on
I
this.
would have got out, and I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to watch.
Right.
I'm like, sometimes you get tired of buffering and watching on the screen.
Sure.
I can watch it
Get live.
I can watch it live. And then so they tell me about this stain.
Oh,
and I'm
it's
like,
huge.
And I'm like, what? And you know what's so funny was what we used it for. People would come to town.
Yeah.
Like Faison would come to town before he had another place here.
And stay.
So he would stay there.
Yeah.
And then one time he had a chick that came by
Oh, I got to get rid
with
of
a
this bag.
suitcase. And then what happens is, like,
They squat.
no, she stayed. So Faison's like, I'm not going back there. You got to tell her to leave. I'm like, you brought this chick to the
And
place.
you want me to...
And you live in
and,
there.
And no offense, like everybody that
Yeah,
he
do me a
gets,
favor, man.
She can, she had those 8-inch eyelashes,
Right.
you know what I mean? Hair weaved down to her behind. And then she had a suitcase. And the worst thing was she had a suitcase with a broken wheel. So she's wheeling it on Jefferson. She's dressed like she's $1 million, but she's with a suit. Like, that's the worst thing at the airport, too.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, you couldn't get rid of that
Dragging
suitcase.
that thing.
One suitcase is like dragging a disabled kid. You know what I mean? That forgot his prosthetic leg. So Doug calls me the following week. Hey, dude, have you seen my iPad?
Oh, no.
I'm like, what are you talking about? My iPad. I left it in the room. Doug, I don't even go there. So, but he knew I had.
Faison's
It
hooker
was
stole
Faison.
Faison's hooker stole the iPad.
Unbelievable.
I called Faison, and he was like, that Again,
Yeah,
we're not
horrible.
on satellite radio, but he was like, he's like, "Right, let me give you the address." I'm like, Faizan, I'm not going to chase an iPad.
Yeah.
And then I guess Doug tried to do that Find My iPad app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was off.
Oh,
So
she
I'm
got
like,
rid of it.
yeah, because you can't plug it in under a bridge. I'm sure she was homeless.
She moved it.
It's in the suitcase
You
with
can
the
only
other.
plug it in at Fry's
with all the other-
till 10 p.m.
Yeah, nobody ever answers the question why that bed is covered in blood, and I sleep on a sliver of the outside where the
Flip
blood.
it. Why did you just flip the
I'm not
mattress?
touching it. I don't want to know what's on the
Stop.
other
See,
side.
That's white people stuff. That's WPS. White people stuff.
What bloody
Do you know-
mattresses
Do
or
you
something?
know what Hispanics do? Like our parents give us mattresses like hereditary. Pass it down. Right?
Hand-me-downs?
Like you move, you take your mattress, your parents are like, I got a new bed set, who wants my mattress? No, Mom, we don't want that. So that mattress, you were like,
Ugh.
and then they keep on talking about this mattress, flip it over.
Oh, that's disgusting.
But obviously you're not that drunk because you remember that the stain is on
Well, no,
there.
because I washed the sheets on. I'm like, because I expected like a little dribble, like, okay, there was.
But the sheets didn't have blood on them.
No, they were
I've
clean.
never had sheets. I've never washed anything in there. So that had to.
That's not your murder.
Somebody,
I'm telling you, it
You
was Kool-Aid. Somebody.
Big Rob, what someone who murdered in that bed would be saying is exactly what you're saying right
Yeah.
now, right? I had nothing to do with the sheets. Didn't
He's
have
in a
blood.
white suit,
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, exactly.
And it might have been the hooker with Faison, because Faison's 400 pounds, and that's only a queen-size bed. So I don't know if you
it's
fit
the
with
biggest blood
anybody
stain.
on there.
And there's blood on the pillow too. Because I took the thing off the pillow and I just tossed that. I want to burn that.
Don't let Doug cheap you out. I had the good box in that room when
Which one? What are we talking about?
Well, you only got the little box, right? So because I was paying the cable.
Yeah.
They have the box that has like the DVR.
Oh yeah, it's all in there.
He said
it's
he
all
was
in.
putting that in his room.
He can if he wants. I don't spend enough time in there to watch movies.
That's
really.
what I said. I never even watched cable or
Yeah.
anything in
I
there.
watch TV like as I'm falling asleep.
And then what we did was we put an uncomfortable. That's an expensive sectional.
Yeah, it's
but it made it
horrible.
uncomfortable because
no laying
then
on that.
everybody's going to sleep over.
That's right. It is an uncomfortable.
It's kind
half
of like
a
a
circle.
commercial, like a lounge
Well,
area.
if you want back in, let me know. Let me know, and you can kick in for half.
You know what?
I've been paying the cable. all the time.
The cable bill thing was so funny. I'm like, what is this $200 charge?
$200. That's not the cable we've got.
Listen, I'm telling you, Cox.
They're starting to crush on cable. I didn't know that.
And even you used to be able to call them and say, because I had like that my business account.
You
my
have to
home
do it every
account.
year, just
No. They don't have that anymore.
Oh, they don't?
They don't have.
Try to drop it down.
They're like SRP. Like it is what it is.
Man,
because
oh,
they
man.
know you're not.
Well, you're
going
going
to
to keep paying for that. That's for sure. I'm going to dodge your phone calls like crazy.
You shouldn't have said that.
You should have said a thing. I'm a white guy with 800
You're gonna-
credit.
you're
I know
gonna-
better than to get a $200 cable bill going.
He's gonna see a deduction on his check here.
Start garnishing
Garnish
my
me.
You
I'm
think
gonna start
that mattress is
garnishing.
bloody?
I'm gonna
child
start-
support.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
and 98 garnishment.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Big Rob's got a special on Sunday. He wants you guys to go. How do we go? Is it just something you just show up for? We got a pre-sign? What do we do?
No. If you go to standuplive.com, you use Rob as a code. Tickets are $20. There's a $5 off.
Coupon.
Our coupon. We always got to do coupons.
Yeah.
So, but we do. Like I said, the special's out of this world. So, like I said, Maricopa is almost sold out, so I don't even have to promote Maricopa.
That's great.
Tucson. My
Don't
dad
worry
used to
about that.
call that the armpit of Arizona. I'm sorry, don't get upset.
He's right.
I have family that live there. I only see them twice a year.
Because they're in Tucson.
Funerals and
Quinceañeras.
and the gem show.
Oh, yeah, you gotta go see the
Show.
gem
Yeah, we
show.
gotta go see
Gotta go to the gem show.
The gem show or rodeo week, right? They give the kids off for rodeo. I've never seen a horse in Tucson ever. But they have a rodeo week in Tucson.
And nobody has to move.
And nobody-
They just stay put.
you
No
just
school,
stay there
no work.
forever.
Yeah. Oh, Tucson, the worst part of the Gadsden
Yeah, but
purchase.
stand up live. I need everybody out because that's what it is. It's one of those things we're going to fill the crowd. Being filmed. It's an unbelievable comedy. You're not going to get better.
Cap
That'll
off
be
your
great. Well, there
Thanksgiving
you go.
break.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We'll have a good. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? You sticking around?
Yeah, my wife bought a turkey from Costco. I'm doing white people stuff. WPS.
WPS and
Not that-
Thanksgiving?
and I have a black wife, so she doesn't want to cook. You know what I mean?
Why are you
She's-
guys not? Why are you doing
she's
white
not-
people stuff?
Because she has like a 780 credit, so it's like
What is going on
it was
over
like
there?
hiring
You guys are
somebody
crushing
we're from
stereotypes.
Gilbert. What do you think? We're from Gilbert Apartments. I'm like I'm having a house built in Hawaii. I'm
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is ridiculous.
That's why I don't need the downtown place no more.
Yeah. All right. That's why, not because of the bloodstains or the evidence.
You got some more
You're not
mattresses.
The
running.
hard
Soil.
mattress, the hard couch,
Yeah.
the $200 cable bill.
You're going to head to Hawaii and get away from this.
But you can watch the stadium, the arena every night.
Yeah.
Right across. It's a beautiful view there.
It's a great spot, and for Suns games, it's perfect.
Have you ever gone to the pool?
I've been. I'm not in it. I used the gym the other day, though. That was pretty nice.
Some of the Suns players stay there.
They do?
Yeah, we would joke. Do the Suns cheerleaders stay? Because you go to the pool, there's never anybody.
No, it's like a weird. It's the size of the studio. It's not that big. Yeah.
But it's on it's in the middle of the building. That's
View's
why
incredible.
with a balcony.
Yeah.
You been there, Brady?
Yeah.
To visit?
Yeah, it's the views on.
I haven't
that's
been to
awesome.
the apartment, but I have
Brady's
a friend
been
over there at
swimming
the
there.
Blue Hound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, you went to the other pool. The hotel
pool. Yeah, the hotel.
the hotel
pool
I haven't
behind
been,
it.
and he said
The
there's one
resident
above
pool
it.
is in the middle of the building,
It's
cut
big.
in.
It's cool.
Yeah,
hair.
yeah. But
Yeah.
like you say, it has like a column in it, so you can't
Yeah.
swim laps. or
You can't do anything. It's got a big pole in the center of it. Yeah, it's just for hanging out and drinking for
Yeah.
residents. Well, there you go.
For sure.
Leave us with words of wisdom, Big Rob. What do you got for the world?
If you're, get vaccinated on a serious note. And I don't know how, I don't know if you guys talk about stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
We lost some friends, Brady,
Yeah.
and you guys know. And then the other thing is if, you have all your teeth, stop wearing a mask and you're vaccinated. Because that's the only people that wear masks. I'm just convinced.
The ones that are still in masks are toothless.
People, they're missing a couple of teeth and things like that. I understand
Hiding the
that's a
grill.
problem. Dental is expensive. I went to the dentist the other day. When I go in, the first thing I ask him is, where are you looking to vacation this winter or summer? 'Cause
Got
that's
any
how I
trips
know what my
planned?
bill is going to be.
Yeah, you know how much he's going to
between
charge.
between the
Good.
dentist and the vet.
Oh, it's
'cause
crushing.
Oh, I do. Yeah, the dogs are killing me.
Yeah.
The dogs have better insurance than I do.
Me too. I get incredible insurance for my dogs. I'm not
Yeah.
sure mine's that great.
Yeah,
It's
my
okay.
favorite song. If you guys want a favorite song, it's a country song. It's called "Like My Dog." It's great because my wife. My last words of wisdom is, my wife gets upset about when I come home because she's home. She's sitting on the couch. I walk through the door. I'm out. I own a business in Tucson. In Phoenix. So I come through the door, and the dogs are there. They're happy.
Yeah, they
and
love
I'm
you.
talking to them, and my whole voice changes. I come home, and you go from, oh man, I hate the world, and then it's like, oh my gosh, there you are, Zara Azul. So she said, can we sit? Can I talk to you? I said, sure. She goes, sit right here. So when we've been together 30 years, sit right here means there's something's
going on.
One of the kids are pregnant. Something's going on. So she says, can I? I got to tell you, when you walk through the door every day, first thing you do is acknowledge the dogs. And you talk, and I said, well, honey, can I be frank with you? And I know in white people world, frank is important. Because when you guys say, can I be frank with you, something serious is about to happen.
Yeah, right.
Or be said. I said, can I be frank with you? I said, if you were at the door every day, wagging your ass, peeing a little bit with your tongue out, you'd be the first one I said hello to.
If she could just piss a little for you,
Yeah.
that would be nice. Right?
That's how
just be the
excited
ass.
you get her.
Yeah.
The little bit of urine on
And
the
then you
leg
said,
just...
"No, clean up the blood and let's get out of here."
Clean up the John's mattress. and let's go.
You know what happened last time?
Big Rob is here Sunday night at Stand Up Live. Have Thanksgiving, man.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for coming
guys.
by.
Hey, blessings to everybody. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, man. It's 98 KUPD.
98
Station identification.
KUPD. Arizona's most powerful rock radio station.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.